What does this room have to do with a banana? Well, right now I am standing in the kitchen of the Ellis Island hospital unit, and they would prepare food for the immigrants who were in the hospitals here every single day. And one of the foods that they would sometimes give the patients here was a banana. Now today, you and I, we eat bananas all the time, but some of these immigrants were coming from countries that didn't have bananas. They had never seen a banana before. So they would look at the banana and they didn't know to peel it. They were like, how does this work? They'd try to bite into it. And while we might laugh about this, something that this showcases to me is the courage that these immigrants had to be coming at a time when we didn't have internet, they didn't have television shows, they couldn't send an email to someone who was here or to their family in New York City. And here's my friend Alistair with Save Ellis Island to tell you more about the kitchen here.
The kitchen here in the contagious diseases ward was where they prepared the food for everyone who'd be here. And they realized how important it was to have good food. It had to be cheap for them to manage, but they had a real good understanding of holistic feeding. They'd make sure that they gave milk with every meal, they gave eggs, they gave all kinds of things to keep people so they're getting the nutrition that they needed. But some of the stories that come out help you understand how poor people were and the struggles and what they hadn't come across. They would ask questions like, why are you feeding me worms in blood? Well, they were getting spaghetti in tomato sauce, but they'd never had it. People would have the bread, and they talk about how it was like cake because they'd never tasted bread so sweet. What nowadays you take as just normal bread, but they were just used to hard lumps of material that you used to eat for nothing more than to fill your stomach. A young boy given ice cream for the first time put some under his pillow for later. And then you had another young lad who was brought here, came from Germany, and when he was given a hard-boiled egg, he talked about how that was a miracle. He had never had something as good as a hard-boiled egg. And those stories just help you understand how poor and how desperate the people were who came here. And they gave everything for this chance that they might have in a country where they couldn't necessarily even speak the language.